how I imagine the characters in Genshin Impact could potentially turn evil, if they weren't already. What circumstances would they need to face for them to switch sides, and what would they do if they were actually evil? Note, if I did not mention a character, it means that I couldn't find any reason for them to turn evil, probably because they are way too nice and wholesome. Also, by evil, I am classifying it as if they start to do bad things to their nation or the traveler. Let's start with the Mondstadt characters. I can imagine Razor being evil if the people of Mondstadt started to attack the wolves, thinking they are a threat, and slowly start to lessen their territory. He would definitely get revenge on them, resulting in him attacking random people. He might also correlate the few people who attacked the wolves to the rest of humanity, making him think that everyone in Mondstadt is going to hunt them, making him attack everyone he sees. Only a few people would he recognize as not evil, like Klee, Bennett, Lisa, and Amber. This one is a bit surprising, but I can actually think of a scenario where Sucrose can potentially turn evil. She had a very strong passion from her childhood to visit an undiscovered domain that has flying small fairies and unicorns, which to her mind was perfection. Well, what if she realized that she could really visit that world, but she would need to do things that would not be acceptable within her role as an alchemist, and she would have to do certain actions that is considered as evil. I feel like that could definitely be the start of her being evil, because she always believed that world will be able to fix all of her problems, and she would live happily ever after, so she would definitely do everything it takes to get to it, even if it will result in hurting others. Eula could be evil if she finally snapped at the people from the Lawrence clan and the general public for always treating her poorly, even if she was just trying to help them, making her potentially turn evil. I also can see Mona randomly turning evil if she started her fortune telling, then accidentally read or saw something that she wasn't supposed to see that puts a curse on her and turned her evil. It could be a fun idea if the person who cursed her was actually Scaramouche, because he sees her as a threat in the upcoming future. Evil Mona would probably just start stealing money from other people and start flooding the entire area of Mondstadt. Yeah, probably could be evil if the nation of Conria and Mondstadt had a war for whatever reason, and he had to choose Conria, making him go against everyone else in Mondstadt. Diluc could be evil if he started using his father's delusion again, but this time it messed up his mind and thinking, making him turn evil. He would start attacking random people, and I can imagine he would mostly target the people of the Knights of Favonius. I don't think it is actually known if delusions can corrupt a user's mind, but there also isn't a lot of discovered information about how delusions work, so it is still in the realm of possibility. I feel like Bennett could turn evil, but it's purely accidental. Let's say as more time passes, his bad luck starts to get more and more worse, and it spreads all throughout the entire nation, which we now know can definitely be possible, as his bad luck used to always spread to his team. Random giant meteors could just suddenly strike the city, a flood can just randomly appear, even if it didn't even rain at all, and a tornado always appears around the city, like it's a normal thing. He would be the best villain ever, and it would be purely unintentional. The only thing I can think of to prevent it from ever happening is if he just slept, or is always with Klee, because her constellation means good luck, so they would balance each other out. Speaking of Klee, let's now talk about how she could potentially turn evil. I think she can be easily manipulated to do evil things by someone, like Susbedo for example, and she wouldn't even think that what she did was evil. She could definitely destroy buildings and do a lot of damage to the terrain. I feel like Noelle can turn evil for the same reason as Klee, because she could also be easily manipulated. The reason I think why is because she seems to always agree when someone asks her to do a favor, so if someone just sugarcoats the evil deed, like Susbedo, again for example, she might not realize that what she is doing is considered as bad. Let's now head on over to Liyue and the reasons on why the characters would turn evil. I feel like Zhongli could possibly go against the traveler if maybe like an old contract forced him to. We know that the Traveler wants to learn more about the events of Conria, so what if Zhongli had to stop him because he made a contract in the past to keep that information hidden? Child could also definitely be evil if he isn't already. I am not sure, but he could turn again into a villain if the safety of his family is ever threatened, and he had to eliminate the Traveler to save them. If that's the case, this time he will definitely go all out and do everything that he possibly can to succeed in that mission, because we know that he prioritizes his family over everything else. Xiao could also turn very evil and would probably try to destroy Liyue and the Traveler. His karmic debt can finally catch up to him, even if it will take a long time, and as shown in his story teaser, the other Yakshas, we couldn't take the karmic debt anymore, turned on each other, or succumb to the darkness, so he would probably suffer the same thing. At the Traveler's current power level, I don't think he would even be able to stop Xiao, and only an Archon, specifically Zhongli or Venti, would be able to stop his destruction and rampage around the city. Ningguang could also turn into a villain, because she really values and loves two things, Mora and power, so it isn't too far-fetched if she started to side with the enemy, if it means improving the business of Liyue, even though she really loves her nation. She might even start to do unethical things, if she hasn't already yet, just to continue the prosperity of their city. Chi-Chi could also potentially turn evil, if the adaptal power sealed inside her body starts to slowly unleash, and it reaches the point where she can no longer control it, and she goes on a rampage due to the excess power she can't control. Xiangling could also accidentally do evil things if she started to cook and serve a dish that actually isn't safe at all for consumption, and she didn't realize, because she is apparently immune to food poisoning. In the eyes of every monster in Tevat though, she is seen as a villain, because all of them could potentially turn into Xiangling's new recipe, every single one. Let's now head on over to the characters of Inazuma. I feel like Ayaka and Ayato could potentially side with the enemy, if it means improving the reputation of their clan and commission. I mean, the other parties of Inazuma had done it before, so it isn't that foreign of an idea. I am specifically more suspicious about Ayato, because he is known to be very sneaky and smart, so what if he convinced Ayaka to be more close with the Traveler, just for the reputation of their clan? Probably not, and I really hope that random theory was wrong. Sarah could maybe go against the Traveler if the Shogun had some hatred for him again, like how it was in the past, and she would undoubtedly fight us, because she is extremely loyal, and will always trust the judgment of Raiden. Kokomi, and the inclusion of Goro, could potentially turn evil, and fight the entire Inazuma city, if she suddenly wanted revenge for the terrible thing that happened to Orobashi. With her outstanding intelligence and foresight of events, she will slowly corrupt and take control of the entire Inazuma city, until it reaches the point where the nation is a mess and is hugely divided. At that point, she will finally start the war, and with the Inazuma city being hugely divided, she can easily claim victory and take revenge for her fallen god. Having to fight Raiden will be a problem though. I can also imagine Yae Miko as being a villain, and will soon go against the Traveler, but I don't have any reason on why I think that. Something about her just seems suspicious, like what if she secretly had another agreement with Scaramouche and didn't tell us about it? And then finally, Liyue could potentially try and eliminate the Traveler again, like how she was previously tasked to do in her hangout event, but the chances of her actually being successful with the elimination is less than 0. There is also some speculation that Paimon is apparently evil, and I personally believe that Paimon is actually just a hallucination, and the Traveler just imagined a travel companion because they missed their sister/brother. That was a joke, but in seriousness, I have no idea what Paimon is, and I'm just gonna allow the actual experts to theorize what species she is and what are her intentions, but I personally don't think she's evil. I know I didn't get through all the characters, but these were the only ones I can think of on why they might turn evil. Leave your ideas on the comments below if you had more insights on how other characters can turn evil, and maybe I'll do a part 2 if you all would want one. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe and like, if you haven't already. Bye.